What's up everyone, this is Trying to Kill Toys, back with another review, and this time I'm taking a look at the brand new Frontline Chaos figures. This is sort of like a 3-pack set, not really, but the 3 figures that they released that are kind of meant to go with each other from left to right. This one is called Dora Rifleman, this one is Xena Team Leader, this one is Amy Grenadier. The names aren't really that cool, but they don't really bother me. I can just call them whatever I want. Anyway, before we get into the actual figures, the packaging of each one, I'll compare it to the first figure that was released, the first figure that JoyToy released in the Frontline Chaos line. You can see there's a difference in art style. This one's a bit more anime-ish, I guess. This one's still like anime, but it's more artistic, I guess, in a sense, and this one's a bit more like generic anime character. Back of the boxes are pretty different. They got a picture of the promotional images of the figure, and over here they have nothing, so just a few minor differences, but it's the same style of box, same shoebox style. And I really like the details and the coloring on the boxes. Blue, and again, similar art style, different character. This one also looks pretty cool. This one's probably my favorite. This one's probably my second favorite. Then the yellow one is my third favorite. But this one's pretty cool as well. Green and pink, and then the yellow highlights. Then I'll show you what's included with each figure. So here's the Amy figure, which is this figure right here. I'll talk about the actual figures in a second. First I want to show you what each figure comes with. So each figure does have a different weapon. The Grenadier has the Scar rifle. The Team Leader has an AR rifle. And the Rifleman has an AK, which is sort of disappointing. I don't like AKs. Here's the accessories of the Amy figure, or the Grenadier figure. She has 4 magazines for her rifle, and there's one already in there, so it is removable and you can swap them out. You can also place these magazines in her vest. We'll get into that later. 2 smoke grenades, a lot of different hands, 10 extra hands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 10 extra hands. I'll show you those later. And then this specific figure has a headset, and I'll show you what that looks like on the figure. Each figure has 2 gloved hands on the figure right at the box, and the rest of the hands are flesh hands or skin tone hands. Sort of disappointing. I would have liked to have seen like half and half gloved hands, half non-gloved hands. I think that would have been the better option to go with. And then the Team Leader, similar things. Again, she has an AR rifle. She also has a walkie-talkie, some sort of comms device, 2 grenades again, and then the same amount of hands, 10 hands. And here's one of the gloved hands that I swapped out. She has this one on right now. She's given the OK sign. Everything's good, everything's okay. Each figure does come with the same hands, same gestures in the hands. It's all the same throughout all 3 of the figures. And then the Rifleman figure, again, AK, 2 grenades, some sort of comms device, and then 10 extra hands. Now with all of that out of the way, let's take a look at each figure. We'll start from the left, move to the right. So this is the Rifleman, the Dora Rifleman figure. So first of all, these are the best bodies in the Frontline Chaos line so far. Everything's pretty much perfect. Like the tightness of the joints, the posability, the articulation is really good on each of these 3 figures. I don't have any issues with any of the figures that I have. There's a huge quality improvement from the previous releases. The paint on the face, I think they went a little bit too heavy on the pink color around the eyes. I think it looks a little bit, makes it look like she didn't get enough sleep or something. You guys let me know what you think about that. The tie on the pigtail is not painted. They could have done that. But besides that, a couple different colors in the hair. For the most part, I like the way the face turned out, except the redness around the eyes. The gun is decent, feels a little cheap, especially when compared to some other weapons that have come out with other figures. The magazine is not removable, just a basic olive green and black AK. And like I said, the articulation is really good. It's probably the best so far. In the shoulders do pop out if you kind of move them vigorously, so you want to be careful about that. Can get annoying. I think it happens more with this figure than the other 2. So that could be just an issue with mine. The armband falls off a lot. It just doesn't have enough grip around this shirt right here, so does not stay on. I'm just going to take it off because it does get kind of annoying. But anyway, so we get to the actual outfit. She does have this harness with some pouches on it. They don't open, so you can't really place anything in those. Now this one did come unglued, so I guess you could unglue them and then take like the stuffing out, then place the magazines if you wanted to do that. The sailor outfit or the school uniform outfit, pretty good for the most part. It doesn't really conform to the shape of the figure very well. The bow tie here is on a string and it just wraps around the collar of the shirt. When you're posing it around, it does like to shift here and there. Elbows, very good. You know, it's the same construction as we've seen before, but it's just a lot better quality than previous figures. Then the wrist joints, also same thing we've seen before, but it feels a lot tighter. And it's also switching the hands out is a lot easier, and it's still like a firm fit on the figure. Torso articulation moves a lot more back than it does forward, and then side to side is okay. You can twist it, and so far I have not had the torso pop out as with previous figures. That was kind of a problem with some of the older figures, especially the deer figure. That figure likes to pop at the waist a lot. Then we get to the skirt, the pleated skirt, which does have a button on the back. A lot better quality than the very first figure that came out. Also, I don't think any of these straps are adjustable. I've tried, I think it just kind of glued in place, so I don't think you can really adjust that there. I'll just quickly show you what it looks like underneath. And the shirt is also removable, but she's not wearing anything underneath. This piece right here is not an actual shirt. It's just that piece there that's sewn in on the inside of the collar. So there's no actual shirt underneath the outfit. The legs move very nice. They don't pop out. That was a problem with another of the previous figures, but that's not a problem with this one. They move very smoothly, and there's no worry that they're going to pop out. Knees are also very good. And she has the above the knee socks. Pretty good size and pretty good material that they use for that. And then her shoes, which are pretty cool. They're kind of like an off-white, like a grayish white, not really like a white kind of shoe. So that's really cool, and they have a pattern on the sole of the shoe. Removing the harness is pretty easy. You just slide it down the arms, and then you have just like a basic anime schoolgirl type of figure. So that's pretty cool. Now I'll show you each of the different hands that each figure comes with. They all come with the same kind of hands. So it's 2 open palm hands or slapping hands or waving hands, 2 gripping hands, 1 pointing hand, and a hand holding up a 2, or I guess also a peace sign, an OK hand, the Korean heart hand gesture, and then 2 relaxed hands. And then here's how she holds the grenade and the communication device. So pretty snug fit. Just swapping out some of the hands. They are soft, so you don't have to worry about breaking the finger. Now we'll take a look at the team leader. The hair, just plain black, but it did turn out very nice, I think. The skirt is longer. Her eyes are like kind of red. They have some redness, like at the inside of the eye. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up. And then of course around her eyes, she does have that pink color. I guess it's kind of realistic, but it just kind of makes their faces look weird. I really like the outfit on this one. It's probably my favorite. And the vest does have places where you can put the extra magazines. And this is a shirt. It's not all one piece. The shirt is a long sleeve shirt, and then the skirt is separate from that. And it connects by a button on the back, similar to the first skirt. Same socks as the previous figure, but this time they're black. It's a different material, so it looks a bit different than the other one. Then she has glossy shoes, the school uniform shoes. Taking the vest off is pretty easy. Also, removing the heads is very easy, but one thing I want to point out is that the adapter, this time, the adapter stays on the neck joint. Previously, the adapter would stay in the head. They made the connection a lot stronger, so it stays in the neck joint, and now you have a bigger hole on the bottom of the head. That will make head swaps a lot easier, as we'll see later on. Then she has her tie, which I'm thinking about getting rid of just because I don't really like the way that the tie looks. It doesn't really sit flat. It sticks out, kind of detracts from the outfit, in my opinion. The clothes doesn't hinder the articulation. The only thing you have to worry about is the arms popping out, but like the skirt doesn't get in the way of moving the legs. So I just put it on a different hand so you can see what that looks like. And then she also holds her gun, the non-gloved open hand. Now taking a look at the last one. This one has the most going on with the outfit, has the most details, I guess. This vest is more of a traditional bulletproof vest, and again, there's more pouches where you can put the extra ammunition. This is what the back looks like. Head sculpt is pretty good, I guess. I don't know if that the redness around the eyes kind of throws it off. I think they could have toned that down, and it would have looked a lot better. And she also has the bow tie as well, the longer sleeves. It's a darker blue than this figure. Still not the same kind of blue as this one over here. So they all each have their own separate blues. And the same skirt as the first one, just a different color. She does have knee pads, which is a cool addition. There's some staining on the leg though, so if you want to remove them, you know, that's going to be there on the leg. She also has another mark on her shin right here. Not sure where that came from. And then she has shorter socks than the rest. And she also has boots, which are pretty sick looking. They look really cool. I like how that turned out. Also like how easy it is to remove these vests. And so the bow just kind of shifts around. It doesn't really sit. And I think mine's kind of like loose because you can see the band. Not really sure what the solution is to that problem. But it's not that big of a deal, honestly. And then she does have a headset, but I do have a problem with it. I can't really find a way for it to fit. If I squish it around the head, it looks fine, but it just kind of sticks out way too much and doesn't really look that good. And then I feel like when you're putting it on, it's kind of scratching up the hair. I don't see any damage yet, but I think it's scratching the hair up. And I probably have better headsets that will fit. Could have done this accessory a lot better. And there she is with the Korean hand gesture. There have been a lot of popular things from Korea. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. Now we can get into the fun part and do some swaps and some size comparisons. First thing I want to show you guys is that you can put the clothes on other figures. Of course, we know that you can put these clothes on, you know, figures from the same Frontline Chaos line. So I'm not going to do that, but I am going to show you what it looks like on a Marvel Legends figure. So here's the rifleman outfit on a Marvel Legends Electra body. That gives you an idea what the clothes look like on Marvel Legends female figures. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. I don't really have like a blank Marvel Legends body. It's the closest thing that I could think of, but this honestly doesn't look that bad. It actually looks pretty cool, and you could definitely do some upgrades to it. You know, switch the feet out, put some like boots on it or something. That would make it look really cool. Switch the hands out. So this really opens up a ton of options for customs and stuff like that. So let me know what you think of this in the comments. Now, in addition to that, we can also swap the heads a lot better than previous figures from this line because the neck adapter stays into the neck joint. So you're able to fit a lot of different heads on there now. So here's that same Marvel Legends Silk head. Yeah, the adapter does make a huge difference. Doesn't look as weird as it would without it. And again, that just opens up a whole lot of options, a whole lot of customizing options, which wasn't really available before. Head swaps like this were possible if you've seen my previous reviews on Frontline Chaos figures, but you had to use tack, and now it's a lot easier. And yeah, so I really like how they engineered the figure in that way to allow you to do head swaps a lot easier. But even though the hole at the bottom of the head on the Frontline Chaos figures is bigger now, it's still not going to fit on Marvel Legends bodies. Still not big enough for that. It just doesn't go down far enough on the neck joint. But of course, what you can do is put it on figures that don't have neck joints. Here's a Marvel Legends female body without neck joint, so the head kind of sits on there a bit better and doesn't look too bad. It looks a little strange, I guess. You guys let me know what you think about that. You know, it's not too bad. It actually looks kind of cool. Again, you guys let me know what you think about this in the comments. Here's a G.I. Joe body, G.I. Joe female body, and same thing, you can basically put any of these heads on there and it's gonna look pretty decent. And here's the Anime Heroes Nobara figure. Now for this one, you're gonna need some tack, and I did cut off the extra bit of plastic at the end of here that was the rest of the neck joint, so I can do like different head swaps and stuff on it. I didn't know, like when I bought this figure, I didn't know it was going to be this bad, but the body is not that great. And like it looks okay, but just the articulation is pretty bad. And yeah, these heads are way too big for this body. So none of these head swaps are really going to work. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. And older Frontline Chaos heads have the neck adapter inside, or like the first head that was released, or the first figure that came out, the neck adapter inside wasn't even removable. So there's what that looks like. You know, pretty normal, pretty standard Frontline Chaos look. Here's another Marvel Legends female head, and this is the new Psylocke, the most recent Psylocke head. So there's what that looks like. Not too bad. Here's another Frontline Chaos body. This is the made figure, and basically any head is going to look okay on it, but because the neck adapter is not in the head, it's not really going to fit on there. It's not going to pop into the socket, but that's what that looks like. So, you know, just looks like a regular Frontline Chaos figure. Not really anything special about that, but it does look cool, so that's pretty cool. Here's another Frontline Chaos head, and we're going to see what this looks like on this body. And there's what that looks like. So pretty cool. Here's a G.I. Joe classified female figure with the neck joint cut off to allow for more head swaps. The skin tones are way off, but the proportions don't look that bad. So I guess if you wanted to do some extra work, you can make that look a lot better. But the head proportion isn't that bad for this body. And here's a G.I. Joe classified female head on Frontline Chaos body. Could sit a tiny bit lower on the neck, but that doesn't look that bad. Then putting the Frontline Chaos heads on the same G.I. Joe body. They don't go down far enough because of the neck peg, so if you were to heat it up, remove the neck peg. So here's a Voliverse bulletproof vest on the Frontline Chaos body, and honestly this doesn't look that bad. This looks pretty good because it squishes the clothes down a little bit more, so kind of gives it a different look. And then here is the Frontline Chaos vest on a G.I. Joe classified body. So it looks kind of weird, like the cloth vest doesn't really match the plastic body, so it looks kind of flat and just kind of odd. I'd prefer the plastic vest on the cloth clothes than the cloth vest on the plastic body. And then here's a Kotobukiyo model kit with some custom clothes that I put on there, so that gives you an idea of the size between them. Then we'll see if we can do a head swap. Right, and it actually pegs into the ball joint. So there's what that looks like. Sits on there a little bit too high, I think, but doesn't look that bad. So then doing the head swap the other way around, we'll put the adapter on the ball joint, then put the head on there, and it doesn't look that great. I think the head is way too big for this body, but this definitely works, so that's really cool. Definitely gonna do some head swaps between the two lines, take pictures of it, so follow me on Instagram if you want to check that out. Kind of have to wrap this video up. I could sit here all day doing head swaps and swapping the clothes and stuff like that. So here is the team leader next to SH Figuarts Vegeta. Here she is next to Mugi-chan from KO. Might as well do a head swap. So there's what that looks like. Looks like some Figma heads will work better, some probably won't work as good. It's not too bad. It looks kind of weird, like the proportions are kind of off, but I guess some Figma heads would work with this figure. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments. Oh, and then I forgot to do a head swap on a 7-inch figure. Here's the Master vs. She-Ra figure, and here's what the head looks like on it. So I don't know, it doesn't really work in my opinion. Here's a She-Ra head on the Frontline Chaos body. Doesn't really fit, way too big. Here's a height comparison between the two. Of course, She-Ra's bigger, she's in the 7-inch scale, so there's that. And here she is next to Marvel Legends Captain America, so a bit closer to the 6-inch scale, a little bit shorter. I guess that kind of makes sense. She is a woman, she's an Asian woman. And here she is next to McFarlane Hush Superman, so he's also on the 7-inch scale. This is a custom that I'm working on. Put a cape on him, swapped his hands out, painted his neck and his face to match the skin tone of the hands. It looks pretty cool. It's not done yet. I do have a custom head that I bought that I'm going to paint up, put that on there, so you guys will see that eventually. And then here she is next to G.I. Joe Classified Shipwreck. Almost the same height. Shipwreck is a tiny bit taller. Here's a Star Wars Black Series figure. ARC Trooper Jesse. Well, that's pretty much everything that I have to say about these figures. I really like them. Really like the quality. The clothes maybe aren't the best quality I've seen for a 1/12 figure. That's going to have to go to the PW Toys Leon, but it's still really good for what it is. Definitely pick them up if you can. Let me know which one's your favorite in the comments. For me, I bought all 3 of them because I like all 3 of them, but I think my favorite is definitely the Team Leader. Anyways, guys, let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. I gotta go. I'll see you in the next one.